Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's iVibes Crochet here. Today's video is going to be a tutorial. We're making the Crochet iPhone Pocket. The iPhone Pocket dropped on November 14th and went super viral, and it's already sold out. They were selling it for $200. So I'm going to show you how to crochet your own. I actually use scrap yarn for this project. So if you have, scrap yarn laying around, it's a great project to use it for. The tutorial is pretty simple. I also have a written PDF pattern that's available for download on my website. I'll put a link in the description box, but here is what the short version looks like. And here is what the long version looks like. And the long version, you can wear it like a crossbody. I'll post some pictures. This one's a little bit longer than how yours will turn out. I wanted mine to hang a bit lower. So tutorial is going to be pretty simple. As you can see, it fits your phone. This is an old iPhone that doesn't belong to me, but it fits into the pocket. I made this big enough for my phone, which is an Android, so it can fit an iPhone or an Android, or really just any phone in general. That is what it looks like. All right, so I will go ahead and get into the tutorial, and if you want a PDF pattern that you can follow, head on over to my website and download the pattern. Happy crocheting! For this project, I'm using Red Heart Weight 4 acrylic yarn, a pair of scissors, yarn needle, and a 5mm crochet hook. You're going to start by making a knot and chaining 111. Okay, so for row 1, after we complete our chains, we are going to be doing half double crochets into each of the chains we made, but we're going to be starting in the second chain from the hook. So we're going to skip the first chain. So you're going to make these half double crochets down the entire length of the project. And once you complete your last half double crochet, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. This is going to ensure that the ends of your project are straight. For round 2, we're basically going to be doing the same thing, but we're going to be working in the back loops only. And I'm just trying to show you what the back loops look like. So that last chain you made at the end of the row does not count as a stitch, so you won't work into that. So there I am showing you the back loops. And so what you're going to do is you're going to do a half double crochet into each of the back loops of the stitches. And working into the back loops is going to give you that ribbed look that the iPhone pockets have. Okay, and so we are going to do half double crochets into the back loops down the entire length of the project. And when you get to the end, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to chain 1 and turn. And for row 3, you're going to repeat. So half double crochets into the back loop of each stitch, all the way to the end of the project.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that.
And here we're placing a stitch marker in the 10th stitch because we're forming our straps at this point. After you place your stitch marker, continue crocheting half double crochets into each stitch until you get to the end of the row. Okay, so now we're going to be working on row 4, and as usual, once you get to the end of the row, you chain 1 and turn. For row 4, we are going to be starting the pocket. So we are going to start off by crocheting 24 half double crochets into the back loop of each stitch. So after you do your 24 half double crochets, you are going to make a chain of 77. And at this point, we start to form our handle, our second handle. All right, so that is what it looks like after you've made those chains. And now we're going to reconnect it in the stitch that we marked at the end of row 3. And you're going to reconnect it by doing a half double crochet into that stitch. And after you do that half double crochet into that stitch, into the back loop of the stitch marked by the stitch marker, you're going to finish the round by doing a total of 9 more half double crochets. So it took a total of 10 half double crochets starting in the marked stitch to finish that round.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy.
And once you get to the end of that round, you're gonna do the same thing, chain 1 and turn.
I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. Oh, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
Okay, so for round 5 and 6, we're going to be doing the same thing that we've been doing on each row. You are going to half double crochet into each stitch, chain 1 and turn when you get to the end of the round. Round 7 is the same, half double crochet into each stitch until you get to the end of the round. And since this is our last row, we don't need to chain 1 or turn. You're going to fasten off and then leave a long tail for sewing. And then after you finish this round, you're going to create your second panel. Okay, so here I've put the 2 panels together and I'm whip stitching it together. You could also slip stitch if it's easier for you, but what I'm doing is I'm starting in the back loop of the back panel, and then I'm finishing in the front loop of the front panel. And I just repeat that all the way around the project. For the inner part of the project, that part where there's an oval in the middle section, you can sew that closed if you want. I opted not to. If you're having a hard time with getting them to stay closed, you can steam your project and it'll stay closed, or add a couple of stitches. But I opted not to close that middle part. Right, and once you do the whip stitches on the outer edge of the project to bring them together, to bring both panels together, you are done. You can steam it to close the gaps on the long one. On the short one, you don't really have to. But if you are a crocheter that likes a written pattern, you can head on over my website to download the pattern for free. It's www.ivibescrochet.com. I'll put a link in the description box. And this is what the finished product looks like. This is a short version. This is the long version. Thank you for watching.